Hi Gemini, this is your forecast for the month of February 2018. This is a general reading for Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, or Gemini Moon. For a more rounded overview, please watch your rising and moon sign as well. You can join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily insights on tarot and astrology, as well as my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/thealchemistastrologer, where you can find on-demand pages for love, finance, and other readings. Your weekly readings will always be free here on YouTube, but if you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'm now at patreon.com/thealchemistastrologer, and all of this information is down below in the description box. The second week, you have the Five of Pentacles. So there is a lack of faith in something. Maybe this is a lack of faith in your family, in a loved one. Some of you may have a family member who is ill. You may feel a sense of rejection from the family, or maybe, if you're dealing with a rebellious teenager, maybe somebody's even been put out of the house. But there's a sense of being down and out, falling upon some hard times. And, it may mean that somebody is being very focused on the material. They've lost touch with the spiritual part of life. So there could be the financial strains of something. Or, again, maybe somebody's had ill health, or, there's excessive pessimism about something, or they're dwindling resources. For some of you, this is some kind of legal settlement. But there's a sense of uncertainty this week where somebody has gone too far. There's some overextension in some way that leaves somebody feeling rejected, out in the cold. There's a sense of lack. And because of it, there's worry, despair, angst, setbacks. For some of you, if there's been something going on behind the scenes, somebody's been playing games, this could even be a passionate connection to somebody that proves dangerous in some way. And this is a week where it's possible that a couple of things are simply not going to work out the way you wanted it to. And it's likely tied to your emotions and your assets, and those being intertwined in some kind of complex way. If you're very concerned about your finances, your health, a family member, a relationship, that could ricochet back to you. It could undermine your health, or it could leave you so distracted that you don't focus throughout the week and you end up having some kind of accident, or you have a close call in some way. In the positive, this is about you taking the time to get in touch with your spiritual values and understanding what the lesson is behind a situation. When you reassess something, there may be cause for celebration. There may be a sense of gratitude, a reason to give thanks, because you realize that you're not as bad off as you thought. Something you're involved in didn't take as much time. It didn't cost you as much money. It didn't cost you as much emotionally. Whatever is going on with you this week, this card says take care of you. Spend time with you, pamper yourself, love yourself, nourish yourself, get plenty of rest, because this is a period where you need to focus on restoring your faith and your enthusiasm about life. Now, it could be that there's something to be thankful for because there's been a turn for the better. Maybe there's some better health, or the end of a situation where you felt a sense of lack. Maybe if you didn't have employment, maybe you got that job, or maybe you moved past a situation. But again, many of you are going to feel like there's a lot being asked of you, particularly by those closest to you. A lot of demands being made in whatever form, emotionally, financially, as far as your time. And this is a week to be cautious about the choices you make. Don't find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time, or don't borrow money if you can't afford to pay it back, or don't loan out money if you need that to be returned. You may not get it back, or just some choice could result in a serious consequence. So you have to know whether you're prepared to deal with that. And this is going to be a week where, your faith is tested, because it just seems like things are more difficult. It's like you're, walking through syrup. Everything seems more challenging than necessary. If you're at work, it seems like that's a burden. If you're dealing with your obligations, it seems like you're trying to slug through those. And if you're in a medical situation, getting the proper care that you need may be just as much of a challenge as trying to figure out what kind of illness you actually have. And this is about, you have a couple of cards in this reading that speak to excess. So you may have a lot of burdens, and maybe you've got a lot going on at work, and it's impacting your personal life or your home life, or vice versa. But this is a week to sort some things out. This is a week to call on your faith. Again, after you look at things, you may not be as bad off. You have to believe in your dreams, what you visualize for yourself. As indicated by that 10 of Cups, you have to believe what you hope and dream for can actually happen. Or you have to understand where you've overextended yourself financially, emotionally, your time, your belief system, and you're going to have to sort out the facts and get down to brass tacks, the reality of a situation.